Bonsoir tout le monde. Tonight's homework is going to be chapitre 3. We are going to do mot 1. So please take out your packet that you got in school today and be ready to write down your definitions. If you look in your packet on page 8, there is a blank vocabulary sheet there if you need more room to write, and I think there's another one on page, well, it's another page 8 if you will, but 2 pages back from there I have a double-sided one. So I give you plenty of space there to write down your definitions. Also on the back of the packet there is a list of the vocabulary. This page is not for defining. This page is for writing everything twice so that you can practice spelling, and that includes accent marks. So that's something we want to do as well. All right, les télécommunications. This is exactly what it looks like, telecommunication.
Chapitre 3. Les télécommunications.
Okay, let's see if we can turn him up a bit.
Chapitre 3. Les télécommunications.
Always hard to get that at the right level. All right.
L'ordinateur.
Do you remember what this word means? It's a computer. Wow, look at that old computer, you guys. That is some serious old computer right there.
Un écran.
And this is a familiar word. The écran is a screen.
Un clavier.
And that is a keyboard. If I'm going too fast, don't be afraid to hit pause. Try to remember not to go too fast, but sometimes I forget. Clavier, that is a keyboard.
Un logiciel. Un software.
All right, so this is the word for software. Obviously, you have a cognate here, but logiciel is another word for software. Looks like we're not going in order either. So I'm sorry about that. That happens sometimes. They don't go in order of what we've got on our paper. And then here's just an ordinateur again. This is a computer.
Un ordinateur. Une disquette.
Okay, disquette. So let's go through those again, and what I would like is for you to listen and maybe repeat for practice for pronunciation. Are you ready? Here we go. You're going to listen and repeat.
L'ordinateur. Un écran. Un clavier. Une disquette. Un ordinateur. Un logiciel. Un software.
La jeune fille allume l'ordinateur.
Allumer is a regular ER verb, and it means to light, but it also means to turn on. So the young girl, this is young, the young girl turns on the computer. The young girl turns on the computer is what you want to write on your paper. We're in the second section there on your paper.
Elle met une disquette dans le lecteur.
She puts, this is the verb mettre, she puts a disk in the hard drive. No, hard drive. Is that what that's called? Floppy drive, the disk drive. I'm so sorry, lecteur. I forgot there for a minute. Le lecteur. So that's the disk drive. She puts a disk into the disk drive, which is something, look at this thing. And that actually was modern. I can tell you they used to be a lot bigger than that. Oof. But we don't really do that anymore, do we? So you're going to see that a lot of this vocabulary is not really up to date, which is why in your packet I've provided some other lists, like on page 3, page 4 and 5, and on page 9 of more current terminology for technology.
Une imprimante.
That is a printer, and the verb to print comes from that. It's imprimer. Imprimer, which is an ER verb. So that is a printer.
Une souris.
So this word means mouse, and just like in English, the word for mouse is the mouse for your computer as well as the animal. So a mouse.
Elle utilise l'ordinateur pour faire ses devoirs.
Utiliser, regular ER verb, utilize, it means to use. She uses the computer. Now, pour is a preposition. It means for, F-O-R, When it's in front of a verb in its infinitive form, it means in order to do whatever this verb is. So she uses the computer in order to do her homework. In English, we would say she uses the computer to do her homework. You can write that, that's fine. Just remember that pour plus infinitive means in order to do that action, whatever that verb is.
Elle tape son texte. C'est donné.
Taper, another regular ER verb, it means to type. She types her text. And c'est donné, this is her data, if you will, her input. And it looks like the verb, it's literally the past participle of the verb donner, to give. So if you think about when you're typing some text into a computer, you're giving it something, right? She types her text, her data.
Elle ne perd pas son texte.
This is perdre. It's an RE verb, regular RE verb. She does not lose her text. She does not lose her text.
Elle le sauvegarde.
This looks like the word safeguard, right? Safeguard. It means to keep. Now, garder, G-A-R-D-E-R, that's a regular ER verb. That means to keep. Sauvegarder means to safeguard. This le is a pronoun. Can you guess what it's taking the place of? This le here is taking the place of son texte. She saves it. She saves it. Now this is all the way back up in the first section of the vocabulary.
Un CD-ROM.
And it's pretty self-explanatory.
Elle retire la disquette.
So retirer, another regular ER verb, it looks like the verb to retire. It means to take out or to remove. So she removes the disc. She removes or takes out the disc. All right, we're going to be looking at some sequence words here. Sequence words are always good, and they're very useful when you're writing, especially when you're writing about a story or some events that are happening and you need to talk about something in chronological order. Sequence words are good to know.
Ensuite, elle va sur Internet.
Ensuite is next. Next, she goes, that's the verb aller, on the internet. The word the is actually not here. Next, she goes on internet. And you'll notice here, internet is the same word in French as it is in English. So when it comes to technology, especially with stuff that's new, and you know we're always getting new technology, because it's almost like brand name stuff, so new, the word is the same in English as it is in French. Like an iPhone, in French it's just an iPhone. You know, the letter I in French sounds like iPhone. All right.
Elle clique sur ses messages.
Cliquer is an ER verb. She clicks on her messages. She clicks on her messages.
Elle répond à quelques messages.
This is répondre. You recognize it, regular RE verb. She answers some, quelques means some, messages. Notice this preposition à after répond. Répondre is a verb that must be followed with à. So it's like saying she answers to some messages. But you can just write she answers some messages, like we would say in English.
Elle envoie quelques emails.
Envoyer. This is a YER verb. You've seen essayer before, so you have seen YER verbs before. They conjugate a little bit differently. Envoyer means to send. In fact, you learned that when you learned about volleyball back in 8th grade. So, she sends some emails. She sends some emails.
Enfin, elle éteint son ordinateur.
Éteindre. This is an RE verb. It's irregular. Look at that ending there for L. It's a T. Elle éteint. It means éteindre. It looks like the word to extinguish. So if you think about that, it means to turn off. Enfin, this is another sequence word. Finally. Finally, she turns off or extinguishes her computer. Finally, she turns off her computer. Now look at this beast here. This is an old one. A lot of people still use this in business, especially people who do international business. It's just the easiest way to get documents across sometimes. I know today most of us use Google Docs, but believe it or not, a lot of people still use fax machines. And so the name of a fax machine, we can call it either a fax or télécopieur.
Le télécopieur. Le fax. Une touche.
So you can see there he's dialing just like you would on a phone, a touch-tone phone. Une touche, that's a button. Yeah, on a phone there. It's just like a phone. Goes through the phone lines, fax machine.
Un télécopieur. Un fax.
So again, that's just the name for the machine, the fax machine.
Le jeune homme envoie un document par télécopieur. Fax.
The young man sends a document by fax. That's what par means by. The young man sends a document by fax.
Il met le document face écrite non visible.
All right, so this word here, face, it looks like face, right? And that's literally what it means here. You know, in English, we say face down or face up. That's what we're talking about here. So face écrite, this comes from the verb écrire, which is to write, means written side. This is the written side. And then it says non visible, not visible. This is how in French you say face down. He puts the document face écrite non visible, written side not visible, or face down. He puts the document face down.
Il ne le met pas face écrite visible.
He doesn't put it. Here's our pronoun, le. Can you tell what it's taking the place of? Le, the pronoun here, is replacing le document. He doesn't put it face up. So face écrite visible means the written side or the written face is visible. That means face up. So he, in the negation, doesn't put it face up. Okay, so again, just a reminder of how we have different word order in different languages.
Il appuie sur la touche.
Appuyer is another YER verb, like envoyer and essayer, and it means to push or to press. He presses on the button. He presses on the button.
Une télécopie. Un fax.
So now this is the name of the document that you're faxing. It's a telecopy. It's a fax.
Il transmet, envoie le document.
So transmet is the verb transmettre, and it's going to be conjugated just like mettre. So it's irregular like mettre. It's a stem changer. And it is interchangeable with the word, the verb envoyer, which means to send. So to transmit, to send. He transmits or he sends the document. He transmits or he sends the document. All right, and I believe that that is it for this vocabulist. Don't forget, you can go back, watch it over again if you need to. Please have all your vocabulary ready for the next class so that when you come in, we can get together and work on the exercises together. Bonne soirée, mes amis. Au revoir.